Hello, what is up, Facebook? OMG Zimzims. What up? My name is Tasi, aka Cream Bananas, San Jose based artist and actor, as you may or may not know. And I'm joined with my good friend Jeffrey Lowe, local playwright and director as well. If you're in the channel, say what's up. What up, J Lo? How you doing, man?
Hey, man! Thanks for having me back. Last
Dude,
time I was on here, it
yeah.
was it was bench projects. It was a big time. It was a big time.
you had you had a couple of costume changes. I was very impressed, BT Dubs. I was, if you're watching this, raise your hand if you were able to attend that amazing evening celebrating just basically this unity, right? Like, I think we get a lot of conversations that are happening. I don't know if this is happening in your world, JLo, where people are afraid that they're going to be missing out on a lot of like communal activities.
Mm,
Although I think we're seeing a little bit of light now at the end of the tunnel, but certainly like deep in last month, right? That was the case.
yeah, yeah.
Would you say that bench projects fell in a category of communal activity you really got a good sense of like, man, people are coming out.
I mean, yeah, it was really cool. I think that the goal for it was twofold. Where of course, there was the part of it where we were trying to raise funds for those different theater companies, City Lights being one of them, as
Yeah,
well
yeah,
as
yeah.
the Performing Arts Worker Fund that Theater Bay Area has been working really hard on amongst other theater companies, and so that was one part of it. But the other part of it for me was, as you were saying, I felt like what we were really starving for because of the pandemic and because of shelter in
Mm-hmm.
place was we wanted to have a community event. We wanted to be able to gather,
Right, right.
and and be it like a concert, a play, going out to a restaurant, going out to a bar. And so, like, I tried to approach creating a community event the only way I knew how, because I don't own a restaurant, I don't have a bar, and we're not even allowed to do those things right now. So
Right.
digitally we just put together that production of sorts, and it was dope, man. It was dope. I got a lot of text messages of people like sending photos of them watching, and a lot of Facebook posts and stuff. So it was really gratifying and humbling to see the support from the community, and even folks I didn't know. There's a
Oh
lot of
my
folks I
god.
didn't know that
Like,
came out.
yeah, I think that's the opportunity of doing something digitally, is that you do tend to reach people who you may not see in a physical venue for one reason or another, right? That's
Hmm.
very exciting. Uh for I think the majority of the audiences that tuned in that day probably didn't see what I saw, which was you were checking your phone, and which was fine, right? Because we're backstage, as it were. But what I really felt rewarded by was the fact that like you'd look down and you'd smile.
Mm.
I didn't bring this up then, but I'll share it with you now. And I knew that you were getting some kind of like, well, either Laura was next door texting you some really good stuff, or or you were hearing from the folks who are in the channel watching, or
Yeah.
like cheering you on and cheering the digital platform as a way to share these stories, right?
Yeah, it was Laura wasn't texting. Well, she was texting a little bit being like, "Should I bring your cake now?" It was a lot of that. but
Right, right.
um but again, with the digital platform, it was what was so cool was, one, we were trying to create a community event the way we were used to it, but also the digital version of it sort of allowed us to expand past what we were used to. So I had,
Mm-hmm.
my community from college, my community from high school, my community from so many different areas in my life that have always messaged me being like, "Hey, I am so excited by the work that you're doing. I hope one day I could attend." And I'm
I
like,
love it.
"Yo,
Yeah.
you could attend now. This is your opportunity to attend."
Right.
And it was really cool that, like, they kept their word. They meant it. They all did, and I was shouting them out, and it was fun to like shout certain people out, and then they would text me like, "Yo, we're famous." Like, I was on four different group chats of four different communities of people that I'm a part of, and it was like
Yeah.
really an amazing thing.
I can only imagine, dude. I can only imagine like that. does give me delight, like being able to see and communicate with people who don't typically share that world on a daily, day to day. I think it's easy to get lost in the sauce, basically, when you're,
Mm,
you're grinding and you're trying to make a difference, you're trying to make an impact within a certain community. You forget that as you're growing up, you have this other community that you share with, right? And so I saw, for those who aren't there, I saw people shouting him out from Irvine, from your
hmm.
alumni. Hashtag Jim Nipple.
Oh, he was sad. He got mad. He got mad.
He got mad. He got mad for real. Uh, you know what? After that event, I took stock of the different shorts that we presented, and for the live stream tonight, I know you won't be able to make it, but we've selected two. Basically, one is yours. You wrote and directed it. It's called "We're Here Now," and the other one is from Isabella Waldron called "Matching." And I think we both looked at that as like this is both new and old. New in that like it was written for the platform of Zoom slash like digital communication. Old
Yeah,
in that we've been making short films as people for a long time.
yeah.
And moving forward, I think we're going to bring it up later. We want to really pump this up to something that's an extension of what we're already doing, right? Our digital shorts. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so our digital stories, we were when it was important to us when we were trying to figure out how to adjust the bench project for the pandemic, that we were clear that this wasn't the same as the art forms we were used to playing with, because of the fact that there were different parameters to how we could live life.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I didn't want to call it a play. I didn't want to call it a film,
Uh-huh.
because it was sort of a little bit of both of them, but not quite satisfying if you thought that it was only those things. So we
Mm-hmm.
came up with the name digital story because it's just a different form. It was a new format of storytelling, but it was things that were set in the digital world, like
Mm-hmm.
in these video chats that we're all so used to right now, and filmed or recorded, I should say, and recorded on those formats.
Right.
And so for us with our digital stories, I realized that, like, as this pandemic keeps going, and even after it, there is still something very unique and something interesting to explore in this format. I definitely
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's the like if this were I would be really sad if someone told me like this is how we can create stories for the rest of our lives. Like that would
Right,
be
right, right, right.
rough. That would suck. But as something different and a new medium and another thing to explore,
Yeah.
I think it's really cool because like me and you are chatting right now, and
Right.
something really interesting could happen. Like to go off of Max Takis's story, like right now, I could get stabbed in the back, and that's really interesting. Like I'm
Oh,
suddenly dead.
I'm already feeling that.
And there's something to that story, and there's something to, like, people will see it in the piece that I wrote,
Mm-hmm.
We're Here Now, where it's people in love who are trying to continue to be intimate although they're forced to be apart. And there's
Yeah.
something more powerful to that than any other way, because you're right in the middle of it, right? You're a fly on
Yeah.
the wall. And so for me, with our digital stories, the way I liken it is like, how sometimes people will perform plays in living rooms, like
Yeah.
living room plays. And to me, what makes a digital story as opposed to like a play or a film, it's the difference between someone performing a play in a living room that is set anywhere else but a living room, like a play
Mm.
set in a courthouse, or a play set in a newsroom, but you're performing in a living room,
Yeah.
versus a play that is written about people in a living room and is also performed in a living room. It's that level of intimacy,
Right. There's
you know?
a purposefulness of the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you're kind of like inviting the audience in
Hmm.
on that too. And I think I got a really good sense of that in watching all the shorts, And I'm super excited to see like what people are I know you reached out to some playwrights. Am I right?
Yeah,
To start cracking.
I reached out to a bunch of new writers, and the writers from from the bench project just to see what other ideas they had so we could continue rolling out with it. And the hope is once we get things going that maybe we do one new episode a month that is consisting of 2 or 3 digital stories that's like a 30-minute something.
Mm-hmm.
And like 2 or 3 digital stories plus a musical guest that adds up to 30 to 40 minutes because that seems like a good amount of time to watch something in front of your computer.
Yeah.
And to sort of keep the spirit of the bench project, we were going to find different partners of organizations, and be it arts organizations or nonprofit organizations, service organizations, to just sort of encourage people to donate. We want to keep these things free for the community to watch, but
Mm-hmm.
also uplift people doing great work and encourage people to support them financially or any way that they can.
Right. I think that's definitely a topic for exploration down the road, right? Like how do I think in the early last month, you saw a lot of organizations pivot so quickly to getting whatever they've got in stock to being online, and part of it felt like a sense of like, don't forget us.
Hmm.
Part of it was, the greater sense for me was like, let's commune together with these stories. Let's huddle around. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're all more than ever. I got a great sense of, let's get together, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I can only imagine how many people, who used to text like, man, I really wish we had time to like hang out, are actually now like, hey, you know what? Once it's lifted, we're getting mimosas or what,
Oh my
something.
god. You know how I realized, like, I'm an introverted person. So initially when we were doing shelter in place, I was like low key
Right?
okay with it.
Mm.
Low key, I'm like, I'm okay to like be alone and just
Yeah.
get some rest and read a book or something. But I know the way I knew that this whole thing shifted for me mentally was I
Uh-huh.
was watching something on Netflix and there was a bunch of people at a nightclub, and I thought to myself, that looks like fun. And I haven't thought clubbing was fun in like 7 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I grew out of that 7 years ago, and I watched it, and I'm so craving seeing my friends again and like getting a drink or doing whatever that I was like,
Right.
oh, clubbing, that looks fun.
It's hitting you now.
Ugh.
It's. No, I feel you on that, man. I'm sort of in the same boat. When people ask, some friends ask, "Hey, do you want to go out?" I'm always like weighing the options. Like, yeah, but no.
I
Like,
know.
I want to hang out with you guys because I want to chat with y'all. But if it requires me having to like deconstruct the environment that I'm in, so I can feel like safe or whatever, then maybe I'll hard pass, right? Hard pass.
Gosh, I know.
Man,
All
insane.
those times that we would leave a rehearsal, I'm like, you know what, guys, you guys have fun going out for drinks. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm so sorry. I should have hung out with you guys. I'm so sorry. I took it for granted.
Do you remember? Do you remember near Bindlestiff in San Francisco? There was that like
Tempest.
dive bar, Tempest.
No, that was in my prime clubbing though. I went out to drink after rehearsal every night.
Wait, here when you moved here, when you moved back?
With Bindlestiff, when we did that show with Bindlestiff, where's
Yeah.
Karina? Is Karina on the? Karina should be on the chat. We went out for drinks every night after rehearsal for a
Oh,
Kindness Had Love Story. You
yeah.
were there half the time.
Was I? What did I run off the other half the time because I was like, I gotta catch my train? Probably actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or I
But
was doing the thing I was just telling you about, where I was like, I'm cool.
the other half the time you were just like, oh, I'm like, I could give you a ride, but I'm gonna go out for drinks first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, for the most part, I was like, all right. I mean, whatever. I'll get
Yeah,
it. I'll
street
get a
fighter
drink.
there.
But here's my thing, right? I was gonna say not to go off topic, but we really don't really have a topic. I drink so that I can eat. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like I always need to have something that I can nosh on if I'm drinking. Otherwise, it
Yeah,
just feels like I'm gonna get in trouble if I drink too much.
that Kamayan.
Yeah, you gotta get that kamayan. Yo, when are we putting up a Filipino play at City Lights?
Soon.
Huh? Hmm?
Oh well, hey, I
Hey,
mean,
hey,
hey.
hey,
I
hey.
see, I see Nikki Menez in the chat.
Oh, is that right?
Brown excellence, that brown excellence.
Here's the thing. So, chat, I apologize if I'm not like responding to you guys. On my end, as I'm doing this as a live producer, the chat room doesn't populate in real time or in any like, I don't know, in any easy for me to read sense, right? Like I have to either refresh it or something, and something will get lost undoubtedly. So thanks for saying hello if you're there. I appreciate that. JLo actually has to book it out of here shortly. JLo, what are you working on tonight?
I have
Are you allowed to say?
yeah. I'm working
Okay,
on a
okay.
reading with SF Playground Zoom Fest, and we're doing a reading of a play called The Nesting Instinct by a wonderful friend and playwright named Tom Brewitt, with an
Oh,
amazing
Tom.
cast.
Yeah.
Tom, yeah, we got an amazing cast. We have Sarita Ocon, Patrick Russell, Basilio. Oh, I can't remember Basilio's last name. I'm so sorry, but
You're
I'm
in
not going to say
trouble.
his last name. I can't remember Basilio something the third. I remember he's the third.
Oh, the
And
third.
Basilio, Michael Phyllis, Jomar Tagatak, and Rena Beth
Wait, Michael
Apostol.
Phyllis?
Yeah, Michael Phyllis.
Okay, I was like, what? Wait a minute, Michael Anderson?
Yeah.
That's one hell of a cast.
Yeah.
I think
So
I've only worked with one of those, Sarita. But
Sarita.
but but not but not but not in a play. We worked together doing some social justice stuff with Red Ladder.
Even better.
Yeah, for sure. And how do people tune into that? Or is there a
Uh, I,
recording?
I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a recording. I should know that. But if you want to watch it, just go to Playground after you watch Tasi stream. Go to the Playground website, and you might be able to find a link. But
Yeah.
watch Tasi stream too if you're already here.
And make sure you guys are following JLo on Instagram and on Twitter, guys. In the next month or two, we'll probably have some really cool stuff to share with y'all. In relation, if you're now just joining us, we were talking about our digital stories. It's an platform. It's a venture, should I say, that we're doing. We're just making stories, putting it on digital platform, meant for the digital platform. So much in the way that SNL has finally pivoted and used their platform in a way that makes sense to it being online. It's there, right?
Yeah.
Safe
So
to
we already
say.
got an Instagram, Facebook, our digital story. So follow those, and we're gonna start putting stuff out there as we get going. So we're working hard on it. So
Awesome. Awesome. All right, man. Well, it's 7:20. I know you had a hard out at 7:20, so I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so
I'm
much for
out.
joining us. We got a bunch of people in the chat saying what's up and great team and all that. So,
Have
and Jeffrey's
fun.
play waiting for next kicks off 2020 and 21 season. How excited are you for that, homie? I know that play has lived with you for like 3-4 years now. It seems like.
So excited. So excited. I can't
Max
wait.
Tack is in the house.
Wes Cabrillo.
Wes Gabriel, who you will see later on some of the digital shorts. So, all right, homie, have a good
All
night.
right.
Break legs.
Later.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
See
Thank
you,
you.
buddy.
Salamat. Brown excellence.
Brown excellence. All right, chat. 1 second here. Oot. Strange. It's a strange time for everyone. I'm in this like weird like floating thing right now. Hang on, guys. Hang on. This is the problem when you are your own producer. Essentially, Chad, if you're not familiar at all with live streaming, do not worry. I've got a webinar coming next Tuesday for organizations that are interested in taking their live streaming to a different platform. I know I'm like hovering up here at the moment. That's okay because I'm trying to fix something and I've only got 2 hands. So bear with me, my loves. Here we go. And Sadie, get me into that next transition, please. Hey! What's up, guys? It is 7:21. The show officially starts 8 o'clock on twitch.tv/creambananas. That's twitch.tv/creambananas. I think you'll see it. Well, it was up there. You can go there now, in fact. You can go there now, create an account, and just hang out until 8. Because I'm going to be hopping off here shortly, but I wanted to share, for some of you guys who are busy tonight or aren't able to make it, I want to respect your time. So On the lineup tonight, I'm going to be sort of touring you around Twitch. If you're not familiar with it, I think now is a great time to kind of like roll along and allow me to be your Sherpa for the evening. We'll be sharing some digital stories, and I want to talk to you guys about how we together as a community can move forward, healing ourselves and making a change in every little kind of way that we can, you know? The webinar details. Oh, I wish I could give you a link. I don't have that readily available. I'll leave it somewhere. I'll probably share it on the Twitch side. But once again, shout out to Max Takis, Damien. What's up, my friend? Lauren, yo, Nikki Menez, Anthony, yo, what's happening, dude? And anyone else that happens to be tuning in, maybe, or maybe you're lurking, come say hi. I appreciate you guys here. Shout out to Sam. She's in the room here with me, but anyway. You already know. I hope you all are having a spirited end of the week, and you feel fired up for change. I'm one of those folks that like I think a lot, and I don't have a expansive vocabulary, and so sometimes it always takes me by surprise when I'm wanting to what do you call that? Express what I'm feeling, you know? Anyway, once again, just came from the protest in Los Gatos. Oh yeah. Caitlin is out there. I saw you guys doing some things. Yeah, Lauren. You loving the soundtrack? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our friend Active Poet, aka David Morales, who was seen at City Lights last Saturday with Yvette reading, reperforming their the play that they were in together from Lauren Gunderson, I and You. It was lovely. You can find Active Poet on Spotify. So we'll be sharing more about that later today on Twitch, and I've already asked David if he'd be available to hop on later, so I told him we'd play it by ear is basically what the deal is. We'll play it by ear because, you know what, I think for a lot of us that's kind of how we're navigating through the week. I feel blessed to be here to share some space with you guys this evening. So, well, I don't want to share the overlay too early, but here's what you can expect to see later on Twitch. Anyone recognize the space behind me? It's like I'm at the theater. It's almost like, right? It's close. Yeah, there you go. So City Lights is going ahead and posted a YouTube clip of last week's performance. So very excited. I'm very excited to connect with you guys, whoever's tuning in, because I know a lot of y'all are my peers, and you know, mad respect for you if you're out there, physically out there being at the protests. Be safe. Goes without saying, I'm sure, but doesn't hurt for that reminder, right? Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here pretty short soon, but twitch.tv/creambananas, we'll be rocking it out there, and we're gonna watch some shorts, we're gonna play some games, we're gonna talk, we're gonna listen. We may dance. I don't know. If you feel like dancing, you can dance. Don't let, you know, bring that good energy in. That's Stageco. What's Stageco? Wait, is it what? Is it really? Google lied to me. Also, I looked at it and I was like, wait. It's okay. I've got 30 minutes to rectify that problem, right? Someone send me a boy, am I embarrassed. It's okay. I'll own it. Can someone send me an amazing interior shot Speaking of Stageco, let's give them a shout out too. Though I know we're on City Lights, but we're all family, right? They have opened their doors today for protesters. So once again, be safe out there, guys, and be well. We're all one big family, and we're all trying to create art together. We're all trying to make an impact. We're just we. I think that's I've been like thinking about that a lot lately. The word together, the word we. It certainly like resonates. I'm gonna hop off here shortly, but I do want to share with you guys that in addition to the stream that we're doing tonight, shout out to City Lights, putting on these like weekly events and also sharing really good content on their social media platforms and making a stand for change, if you feel compelled, maybe you're tuning in and you've seen a show with City Lights, you know what they're all about. That after show, we all kind of hang out and like really have this open dialogue with the community. Please consider donating to them. Consider that. Consider it, please. Shout outs also to all the previous amazing content creators who have helped pave the way for me here on a Friday night. Two of them were my friends. Leonel, hello. Welcome. Thanks for that follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. Also, shout out to City Lights themselves creating a Twitch account and following. I just had an alert here. You guys noticed. So I know, and the world knows when you hit follow on Twitch. Shout out San Jose. That's right. Also, I'll give you a high five if you know where this background is from. Yo, Trammy, what's up? Shout out to Trammy. Thank you, Ann. Thank you. I appreciate that. I heard my phone go off. My phone was like, Ann sent you a photo. You should really check it. Wait a minute. Is that not the same picture? That's kind of tiny. Wait, hang on. Hold up a minute. Oh no, it's not. You guys got it extra raked. Shout out to San Jose's people in powerful protest today. That's right. P.S. Trammy, Tasi has to intro us for a collaboration. Yes, we got to get you on the Chopsticks Alley, Chopsticks Alley Twitch channel. We're gonna talk about all this Twitch stuff on the Twitch channel, but for now, once again, shout outs to like Evelyn and Christian. I caught their show, good friends of mine from like the filmmaking days. Love that stuff, man. I apologize if I seem really discombobulated today as far as like how I'm basically what I'm talking about. I want to talk about everything and I also want to talk about like nothing. Does that make sense? Do you ever feel that way where maybe things have been stewing in your mind, and especially now with shelter in place where most people don't want to get on Zoom because Zoom, at least to my experience, means meetings, right? Does anyone else feel that way? And so it's like, yeah, let's get on Zoom and like let's have a chat. Why don't you just call me? Use your telephone. I will say, if you were to ask me if I could pick out the sound of an old telephone dropping, I probably could. It has this like really unique sound with all the bells inside. You know what I'm talking about? Like the rotary phones or like the early dial ones. Anyway, am I dating myself here? Maybe I am. I don't know. All right. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sam's in the house as well. I was going to say Madam because that's what you use on Twitch. Sam's in the house helping me moderate and keeping me in line with my timing here. So shout out. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Sorry. There's a second mic in my room, so we might get her on. Who knows? Big mystery. All right, once again, twitch.tv/creepbananas. Before you go, but Twitch is for video games. Yes, and in the last few years, they've really done a lot for different communities. And I like to describe Twitch as a platform in which people can share what they're passionate about. So Trammy, who you might see in the comment section right now, is the producer and host and basically boss lady of Chopsticks Alley on Twitch. Chopsticks Alley is an organization that in San Jose that connects arts to Southeast Asian communities. So a lot of resources, a lot of goodwill, a lot of resources and opportunities. And we do pretty much a weekly show. So we got a show coming up next week, which you'll probably see populating. Mac, is this going to Twitch later in the evening? Yes. I'll be heading off of Facebook here shortly, and I will be firing up the Twitch engine by 8. So shortly. So if you got dinner, if you're hanging out, we shall be back. Chrissy, what's up? I was gonna say but the bees, but I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we got a lot of things we want to share with you guys. I say we, but I mean like us as a stream community. I want to share with y'all. I hope that you're having a lovely, restful, safe evening. Guys, I will see you on Twitch. If you want to make an account right now, you're more than welcome to. It doesn't take too long at all. In fact, part of what I'm going to show you guys later tonight is how you navigate through Twitch. So this is probably what you will see when you sign into Twitch. And I can 100% agree with you if you think that this is incredibly like daunting to navigate. Because it doesn't look quite like YouTube. But some of the things are. You've got sort of like your navigation bars here at the top. You got these spotlighted channels that are kind of just going on. So there's a lot of content happening. There's certainly a lot more DJs after Shelter in Place happened. Your base of operations is probably going to exist right here, top right corner, where your profile is. My big tip, I think, and maybe this is a personal preference, probably is a personal preference, but I like to, as soon as you log in, scroll right down, right here where it says dark theme. Boom. Comfortable, inviting, easier to navigate, doesn't slap you in the face. So we'll stop there with the Twitch tutorial. I want to be able to like bring you over to Twitch. So twitch.tv/creambananas. It's in everywhere. It's in the links. Go ahead and make an account. We're going to fire the stream up at 8. And I'll see you guys there. I appreciate you being here. Shout out once again to City Lights for the opportunity to kind of share space here. And you know what I really look forward to is the fact that we've got a lot of friends who are tuning in and people who may be passing by, because that's how live streaming works. Twitch City Lights has a brand new channel, nothing on it yet. No worries, we're gonna work on that. I saw that you followed, so that's great. Yeah, you can sign in. You can sign in any manner of ways, right? Like if we think about how many times we sign up for things throughout the course of a month or a year, we're all pretty good at it. Just make sure that you use an email account or some way that makes sense to you and you feel safe sharing that, okay? Because the internet is a crazy, crazy place. All right, I got to get out of here. I'll see you on Twitch, guys. Twitch.tv/creepbananas. Bring your energy. You can pick whatever name you want, but if I'm like, hey, who are you, so-and-so, just let me know. You can lurk, you can hang out, you can cheer, you can share emotes. It's a fun place. It's a fun place, and I'm excited to see many more arts organizations really like utilizing and leaning into the potential of using that as a way to engage their patron base, their audience, and also open it up to the whole world. You know? All right. I will see you guys there. See y'all at 8. Woo-woo!